How y'all doing? Great Sunday afternoon. I'm Ricky, and we are waiting on Miss Barbara. She's a-coming. Want to thank y'all for joining us on this Sunday afternoon. I know a lot of y'all are dealing with some adverse weather in, well, if you're in the Northeast, you've got some cold weather, sleet, and freezing rain. If you're down in the Southeast, you went through some storms today, at least in the state of Florida. I know that Chief and Dee, Foreverland RV, if I'm not mistaken, they were in Fort Myers. No, not Fort Myers, the other side, Fort Pierce. They were on the East Coast side, and they got the brunt of that storm. So they're dealing with that. Well, hello, Miss Barbara.
I'm getting in here. Hello, hello.
We are fashionably late because we've been spending a portion of our afternoon with our gracious host.
That's right, our harvest host.
Jose and Susan Rodriguez.
Yes. Casa Rodriguez, if you're a harvest host member or Boondockers, welcome.
Yep. And they are here in Live Oak, Florida. Have a great spread out here.
It's a perfect in-between spot for us.
It is. If you're coming off I-10 from Jacksonville to, say, Pensacola.
Sure.
And or Jacksonville to Tallahassee, about halfway between, and you need a break, get a hold of Jose and Susan at Casa Rodriguez through Boondockers Welcome. And they've got a great area out here. We have enjoyed the past at least 24 hours.
We'll stay 2 days this time.
Yeah, we stayed one day the trip before, right? Great people.
And so we came back. That's how nice they are. Come back.
And we just finished some hors d'oeuvres.
We did.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Some a great couterie tray.
I sat in front. I stood in front of it, so I ate off of it.
You just stood in front of it and partook, right? Some wine, some beer. Great time with great friends. New friends, actually old friends that we met for the first time. How do you say that?
They are old friends that we have yet to meet, or
old friends that we just met for the first time.
That's right. That's right. Old friends that we just.
It's the best way to word it.
It is
because that's the way it feels.
It does.
And both are retired or ex-military. Jose is retired.
You see that Johnny's journey is a deckhand.
Wow, we hadn't even got around to mentioning membership. But thank you so much, Johnny's Journey, a brand new deckhand on RV Underway.
That's right.
And what better way to go ahead and let you know that we have opened up membership, and you can join RV Underway with that little blue button right over there. There it is, right down there. Little blue button says join, and you'll have 4 options. And we'll get around to recognizing our members, our new members, here in just a couple of minutes. But we want to go ahead and say hello to those who are here.
That's right. That's right. You haven't said hello to anybody?
Nobody. Not yet.
Okay. Yeah, because we are running a little late. We got Aaron Jemison here.
Hello, Aaron. Aaron's another shipmate from Florida. Yep. No, he's not from Florida. I keep getting that wrong.
He is from Iowa.
Iowa. Aaron Jameson.
How you say it.
An ex-Navy DD-214 DD-214 alumni.
There you go.
Yep.
Melanetti. Hello.
Hello, Melanetti. Good to see y'all.
And we're really glad you guys.
You know, if you watch Melanetti's videos, they're still out west. But there's no telling where they are because I know they're catching up on their videos. They shot a bunch of footage on their trip west. And I'd be interested to know if you want to tell us where your journeys have taken you.
Charlie Grace is here.
Hello, Charlie
Grace.
Grace.
Charlie Grace is set up a new YouTube channel. Just Charlie Grace.
Her old YouTube channel was Forever Best Friends.
Yeah.
She still have that one?
I believe so.
Okay.
But anyway, she's Charlie Grace. And of course, we have the Aloha Conch here. We're glad to see you.
Good to see y'all.
Uh,
That's our middle son and his wife, the Aloha Conch.
Over the Hill RV.
Over
John.
the Hill RV. John, thank you so much. John is one of our navigators right here on RV Underway, the membership.
Yep.
He's a navigator. He's level 3.
Ooh.
He's up there.
He's up there.
Thank you, John, so much.
Leslie Wagner.
Leslie Wagner. The last video I was able to watch from Wayward Waggs, they visited a cemetery.
Yep.
And a lot of famous people were buried there. That's all I'll give you. Go check it out. Okay.
And Dee with Foreverland RV is here. And yes, over at Fort Pierce.
And Dee, she stood at the sink almost throughout the storm as Chief sat on the couch and filmed it through the window. Speaking of which, let me show you this picture right here. If I can find, where's that pointer? There it is. Okay. Let me show you this picture real quick. That's Chief sitting on the couch watching the storm go by behind him. Foreverland RV. Glad that you guys are here. Appreciate it.
Of course, Sue with Lucky Dog is here.
Sue, Lucky Dog Productions, moderator. Sue is a great moderator. So is Mel and Nettie.
Yep. Lippy Lisa is here.
Hello, Lippy Lisa from Summer's Going Coastal here in Florida. Now, where are they at? I don't think, did they say they were going to make the show?
I don't think they're going to make the show.
But where are they at in Florida?
Oh, they live in Hollywood, Florida.
Wow. We are going to be coming through Hollywood, Florida.
Either coming or going. I can't remember which way we're going to do it. Originally, it was going to be coming, but we may have to, because I didn't make reservations, so we got a 2-day window we got to fill up. Anyway,
okay, cool.
I'll work that out later today. Shanna Craft.
Good to see you, Shanna.
Johnny's Journey says she can't chat, but she's listening.
Excellent. Thank you, Johnny, once again for becoming a deckhand. Again, she is a deckhand. That's the one of the membership levels, and we certainly appreciate it. If you'd like to help out RV Underway, then that is one way you can do it. And understand that if you choose not to become a member, nothing's going to change as far as what you get now in our fun and informative videos or our live streams every Sunday. You're still going to get that. And thank you so much for enjoying RV Underway and being here with us. But if you want to be a member and help us out, you now have the opportunity with that join button.
Yep. Diana from It's About Time Now is here.
Excellent. Diana, we have questions for you. The big question is, are they going to let us onto the campground for boondocking on Tuesday, or does it not open until Wednesday? I know you guys are in the area. Y'all been on top of it. You have had some videos related to camping at the RV Tampa show. So I'd really like to know, because we do have a winery stop 13 miles north, a Harvest Host.
Yes.
13 miles north of Tampa, which we were going to stay at Tuesday and Tuesday night and show up at the campground, the fairground, Wednesday. That's still our plan. But I was wondering if perhaps the fairground was open on Tuesday for Industry Day.
I don't know.
Yeah. So anyway, if y'all have any info on that, anybody in the chat, if you have any info on that, let us know.
Let's see. There's somebody else up there. There's snow in Tennessee.
There is snow in Tennessee. The Weather Channel. There's snow in Franklin. There's snow over on the east side of Tennessee.
Yeah. Of course, out and about in on the recumbents.
Out and about on recumbents. BJ and Jody. Good to see y'all.
And Summer's Going Coastal is officially here, not just Lisa.
All right. Summer's Going Coastal is here. There's 20 of y'all in the room. We certainly appreciate it. Thank you for visiting with us on a Sunday afternoon. Again, we are at Casa Rodriguez And that is a Boondockers welcome here in Live Oak, Florida. And can't say enough nice things about Jose and Susan.
They're a little bit off the beaten path, but it's well worth it.
You definitely.
A great rest off the road.
Quiet.
And wonderful people, very quiet. All right. We also got It's About Time Now with no Diana or Brad. So
it says About Time Now. The entire channel is here.
Yeah.
Good, good.
Summer's Going Coastal says that they're at Silver Springs State Park.
Excellent.
Yeah. Mel loved your ladder
video.
And they said they're actually looking for one.
Well, there's a couple of options right there. Go and check out that video if you haven't already. Tale of Two Ladders. We released it last week as a premiere right before our live stream.
Brad says Wednesday for boondocking.
Yeah. Okay, so we're good. We're good. We're at the winery just north of Tampa.
Yep.
And we'll be there the night of Tuesday. And then we'll be at the gate bright and early on Wednesday.
Yep. It's snowing in Georgia. It's snowing just about everywhere. And I was so happy yesterday when we got here because it was the warmest day in about 2 weeks.
It was beautiful yesterday. And today the wind is whipping, a little brisk. I'm surprised it's not snowing in the panhandle of Florida.
Don't say
I mean, it's snowing in Huntsville, Alabama, and down in northern Georgia. So
Susan Rodriguez has checked in.
Well, okay.
She says Live Oak, Florida, a place nobody's ever heard of until now.
Till now, Live Oak. There you go. Thank you, Susan, for being here, and thank you for such wonderful hospitality. We certainly appreciate it. And I know Jose's there looking over your shoulder. So, hey, Jose.
And watching the ball game. And
thanks for the beer. Yeah. Well, he said it was a blowout. Tampa Bay was ahead by miles.
And I'm sure they've got another game today.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. Great couple, military couple, and they have a great spread here in North Florida. So if you're looking for a place off the road on I-10, anywhere around Live Oak, Florida, Boondockers welcome, now a part of Harvest Host. So check them out.
All right.
The Our Village Rally
in Live Oak, Florida, in March has not been canceled.
Or has been canceled.
Has not been.
Oh, has not been canceled. They are sending refunds now. That's a little confusing, Charlie. Let me read it the way Charlie typed it. The Our Village Rally, that was a rally in Live Oak, Florida in March, has been canceled. They are sending.
Not be canceled.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait a minute. That has not been canceled. But she goes on to say they are sending refunds now.
Charlie says has been.
Has been canceled. So the Our Village Rally that was scheduled in March right here in Live Oak has been canceled. Refunds are issued issued now.
Good.
Glad we got that out of the way. The Aloha Conch, 40 degrees and cloudy in Dothan, Alabama. That is our home 20. So thanks for mentioning I just saw it. Foreverland RV. Thanks for mentioning Casa Rodriguez. We will check them out.
You'll enjoy them, D.
You will. Chief and D. Again, a military chief, being a retired chief.
Yeah. Master
Chief, I think.
I thought he went warrant.
He probably went warrant. He goes by chief, though. But Foreverland RV, another great stop here in the state of Florida for Boondockers welcome.
Mary Jones says that she's sorry she's late. She's been sick. I'm so sorry to hear that.
You know, somebody else has been sick, and we didn't talk about it last weekend, but a great friend of the channel and a great friend to RVers on YouTube and RVers in general, our friend Steve at Avenger RV Adventure.
Yeah.
He suffered a heart attack over New Year's.
I did not realize
Yes, he did. And he is one of our let me go ahead and pull this up right here for you if you don't already know. Here's his channel right here. A member of RV Underway. He is a deckhand member. And this individual right here, navigator member of RV Underway, and we want to thank him for that. Also, we want to thank Johnny's Journey for signing on as a member. She is now a deckhand at RV Underway.
Steve said that he will not be able to make Tampa.
Ah, Steve. Well, I can understand now.
Yeah. He said he will not be able to.
Having had a heart attack, gosh.
Yeah.
He said he put it off for a day or two. Felt the pain in his chest and his arm, went to bed, got up, thought he was good, felt the pain in his chest and arm, and finally went in, and yeah, he ended up with stents. So for you gentlemen out there, speaking from experience and Steve's experience, if you start feeling those pains, go have them checked out. Don't waste any time, because the result, if not a heart attack, could be a stroke, and you don't want either one. So go have it checked out. So Lippy Lisa says he will be in our prayers for a recovery. Yep. Good on you, Steve. What part of Florida are you in, by the way?
Steve?
Yeah, Steve.
Not too far from Tampa.
Not far
Central
from Tampa.
Florida. I'm not sure where he's at. But
close enough to buy him a burger or a steak? We'll see. We'll stay in touch, Steve. Johnny's Journey says absolutely, and you notice she has that skull and crossbones next to her name there. She also has a choice of some icons, emojis that she can use whenever she's on board with us, as well as our other members. Again, our membership is open. We put it off and put it off and put it off, and finally went ahead and pulled the trigger on it. So if you'd like to help us out at RV Underway, you can become a member, and very economical packages. So choose your perks, okay? And again, if not, there is no problem whatever. No problem whatsoever. You'll still get our videos, our great videos, and you'll still get, I toot my own horn, I say great videos. That latter video was a pretty good video.
Yeah.
And we've already got our first members only video out.
Oh, you already made the video?
Yeah, so if you're on tier number 2, you have access. If you're on tier number 2, which is the first mate, if you're on tier number 2, you have access to members only videos. And we have already shot one and slapped it up there. Involved the Tallahassee Automobile Museum, Waffle House, and wrong turns on I-10 and Casa Rodriguez. So you might want to check those out. I wasn't even
on I-10 yet.
You tried to get on it.
I
tried. She was going to the Waffle House, and we almost ended up on the interstate. So,
B&D Crafts and More is here. Hello, Brian.
Hi, Brian. Good to see you.
Also, and I don't want to forget.
There's Johnny's Journey. She has posted those icons. You see the sailor.
Yep. Hang on a second.
And you see the chief.
Yep. John Chalker is here. I didn't.
Hey, John Chalker. You see the sailor.
Yep.
Seaman. and you see the chief,
Okay.
and you see the officer, ossifer,
Ossifer.
and you see the pirate and the buccaneer.
Oh, okay.
Those are your choices right there. If you want to throw some icons out there, thank you, Johnny, for posting those. And you'll also get your skull and crossbones next to your name, just part of the fun side of the membership. The other side of membership is going to be perks that are behind the scenes that you'll enjoy from RV Underway. We'll do our best to enlighten you. Our YouTube live stream today is about boondocking.
Yeah.
And Miss Barbara did her homework, so I'm going to let her take it away right now.
I didn't do my homework because when it was time to do my homework, we went and visited with our hosts.
You are using excuses.
Well, I don't know a whole lot about boondocking except for what we've been doing.
Well, that's true. So what I did was I visited that thing called the World Wide Web. And I visited a website that a lot of you are familiar with. And that website is RV Love. RV Love is Mark and Julie Bennett. And they have 29 tips and tricks for boondocking. Again, that's Mark and Julie Bennett of RV Love. Most of you are probably already familiar with them. So let's go through those 29 tips right here. And if you have any tips of your own, be sure to drop them in the chat over here. The first tip is pre-plan your meals. Yeah. That is something we don't do.
We do a little. If
Go ahead and say it.
If we plan to do it, we do it. The problem is sometimes we let things get all tangled up and we have to hit the road and we didn't make that chance to sit down and plan what meals we're going to have. But we try to plan, whether something that I'm going to cook and things like that. So
yeah, Mark and Julie say pre-plan your meals. Preparing and freezing meals or making salads ahead of time means there are less dishes to wash up, making it easier and allowing more time to relax and enjoy while reducing the need to go to the store, which is always never close by.
Yeah.
As a bonus, this also keeps your trash to a minimum. Number 2, cook with gas.
Okay.
When you warm your meals in a saucepan on the propane stove or cook on the barbecue, it also means no noisy generator. That is a good point right there. Number 3, buy or take separate jugs of drinking water to save the water in your freshwater tank for washing and showering.
Yeah, we've done
and that is true. Now, I caught myself just this morning. I was filling up Cody, our bull lab. I was filling up her drink bowl from the sink. And I stopped. I went, whoa, 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 this is our fresh water. We're boondocking. So let me get her a bottled water. And I went ahead and poured the bottled water and retained our fresh water in the tank. All right, number 4, pre-wash fruits and vegetables while still camping with full water hookups before you leave for your boondocking adventure. In other words, prep your food. Yeah. Don't be caught wasting your fresh water from your tank just to wash off your fruits and vegetables. Right. So have that done before you take off. And number 5, use paper towels to wipe dirty plates and dishes down first after using. This makes them much easier to wash and uses less water.
I do that a lot.
And use a lot of paper plates and paper bowls.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they burn very easily. And so you can take them out on your fire and burnable dinnerware. So if you're having a campfire, the boondocking experience, you can take your plates and your bowls out and burn them on the fire. But the point is, any way you can get around using your fresh water is what you want to do. Number 6, limit your dishwashing to once a day. 1 sink load of dirty dishes per day is more water efficient. And that's true. That's exactly what Miss Barbara does, or I do, if the case may be. Go ahead and wash dishes 1 time a day. Number 7, keep a bucket in the shower to catch excess water and use that to flush the toilet. Wow, I didn't think of that one.
No, I hadn't thought of that.
That's pretty cool. Let me read that again. Keep a bucket in the shower to catch excess water and use that to flush the toilet. This reduces water usage from the freshwater tank and also helps reduce gray water.
Dream on Wheels is here. Hey.
Hey, Dream on Wheels. Good to see y'all. We've enjoyed your shenanigans.
Lisa says she always pre-plans her meals when camping, make pasta salads, taco prep, meatloaf, always quick and easy. And Charlie Gray says she always brings a gallon of fresh water no matter what.
That's Charlie Grace. And Melanetti says they use solar.
Yeah, they use solar.
And induction heat for food, microwave on the solar, no generator noise.
Yeah.
That is something I'll be looking at, that or a Jackery or a Blue Eddy or something like that when we go to the Tampa RV show. That's probably the only thing that interests me this time at the show as far as seeing anything. And that's probably what I'm going to look at is some solar storage. Okay?
All right.
Number 8, consider letting the yellow mellow for your number 1s to reduce the number of toilet flushes. Consider letting the yellow mellow for your number 1s to reduce the number of toilet flushes. I guess what they're saying is if you go number 1,
if you pee,
let it
you don't
sit
need to flush.
until you go number 2 and then flush.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know about that one now. I'm going to take bottled water. Now, yes, it still adds to the black water tank, but I'm going to take a bottled water and rinse out the bowl. I can't go.
Brad says the greatest limiter to boondocking is your gray water tank. That makes sense.
And Miss Barbara can attest to that because many a time, even sitting in a RV park with full hookups, I will let the gray water stand. I'll close the valve, and because I want to use the gray water to flush out my line after I relieve my black water tank. So what I'll do is the last day we're in camp, I will shut the gray water valve, and we'll take our showers. And I'll even squirt some Dawn detergent down the sink and run the fresh water just to fill that tank up with soapy water. And that way I know when I go to disconnect, I pull my black water tank, I flush it, I close it, I open my gray water, and it cleans out my hose for me with soapy water.
I agree with Susan now. Susan says no on the mellow yellows.
I can't let it
sit. It's too stinky and a contained space like an RV.
I cannot let it sit. Here's number 9. Okay. Take quick Navy showers. We know all about Navy showers, and so does Susan and Jose. Take quick Navy showers. That is, jump in, get wet, turn off the water, lather up, turn the water back on, rinse off, jump out, or shower only every other day or have a sponge bath. I'm just going to go with Navy showers.
Yeah.
Now, I have been known to go every other day, but mostly it's a Navy shower, and I'm real good at it.
Navy shower or a sponge bath.
Yeah, I'm real good at that. Yeah. Track your water usage with a Post-it note marking on the side of the fresh water tank. It is a handy way to gauge how much water you are using and estimate how many days, let me scroll, how many days your water will last so that so you can make adjustments as needed or simply relax about it a bit more.
Yeah. Shannon says use a squirt bottle. I like this idea. Use a squirt bottle to rinse the bowl. It doesn't take as much to clean that bowl nicely.
It's true. Anything that I can use to rinse away the yellow, I don't want the yellow to mellow. Do not. All right, number 11.
Says that they boondocked for 2 months in Quartzside last year. See, this is going to be our longest trip that we're actually going to do several boondocking for several days at a time. So this is going to be.
I'm already a bit worried. I want to find a place to dump my tanks, fill up my propane somewhere between our next stop in Airstream Gypsy
in Wildwood,
Florida, and Tampa. There is another stop at a winery in between.
Right.
But I want to find a place to dump my black and gray water bring on board some LP and some fresh water, and be ready for Tampa. So I'm a little worried about that, even though I know my black and gray water tanks, with me and Miss Barbara, the way we use it, we're good for about 2 weeks. We have gone 2 weeks easy. They're large tanks, and we're somewhat conservative. So I do know that's okay, but I don't want to run out of fresh water halfway through the Tampa show.
Sure.
Have to pack it up and go look for water.
Lippy Lisa says dry shampoo and wet wipes.
Yeah.
I've not had any real success with dry shampoos. I just don't like them. So that's my biggest difficulty. Although my hairdresser would like me to go 3 days between hair washings, I can do 2. And I got to wash my hair. Barefoot Adventures, Fred is here.
Hey, Barefoot Adventures, good to see you.
Any Florida state parks that have camping facilities will allow you to dump your tanks. That's
excellent.
Good information.
Thanks, Brad. That's Brad Martin from...
Check Lazy Days. They used to have free dump.
That's true. Lazy Days in Tampa.
Yeah. So we'll be fine. I feel that we'll be fine because there's places you can get water, and we just got to do it. You're more than welcome to top off your fresh water before you leave. Thank you, Susan.
Excellent. Excellent. We have hoses. We'll run them up there. We'll take care of that. We carry 6 extra gallons of fresh water with us for boondocking. That is Brad.
Our last boondocking real experience, I think, was in Tampa, and we did that. We had several gallons of fresh water.
Yeah. And
so we did it. I feel you on washing hair. I use dry shampoo, but it's not the same. I have a real hard time with it.
I can't even, the whole dry shampoo thing doesn't even make sense to me. It's
really
like dry cleaning clothes. It's not using water, but
basically, yeah, you put it like a powder in your hair.
Powder,
and it absorbs the grease and stuff like that.
No, it doesn't.
I don't feel clean.
No, it doesn't.
I feel dirtier when I try it. Truck stops have dump and water also.
Yeah, we know that.
Truck stops
we know Flying J and Pilot and Loves.
And some of the interstate rest stops.
They have, some of the rest areas on the interstate will allow you to dump your gray and black water. $11 at state parks. It's $11 at state parks, or $7 because I'm a member at Flying J.
Yeah.
So it's $7 at a Flying J. So we're going to find a Loves, a Flying J, a TNA, or something that is between Wildwood and Tampa, and go ahead and flush our tanks, bring on board some LP gas just to make sure, and go ahead and top off on diesel because we do run the generator quite a bit. We don't have solar on this RV.
No.
So, and we do have an inverter, but I've not been able to make it work. I've turned it on. I can't find the outlets that are on the inverter. It's not the outlet where the TV is, and it's not the outlet where it might be. That outlet is this outlet, and this outlet's not on that circuit.
Oh, okay.
So I've got to do some discovery there. Number 11, be sure to park a respectable distance from other RVers so not to invade their space or views, and also ensure your generator noise won't bother them. Very important. It is very important. When you're boondocking, for instance, we boondocked at the Tallahassee Automobile Museum.
Yeah.
A good, I'd say 3.5 to 4 acres of area with oak trees.
Yeah.
And we all spaced out. There was 5 or 6 of us out there.
At one time, before the last walk I did with Cody before it got dark, there was 10 of us out there.
10 of us. And none of us were within earshot of each other. Just be respectful and keep your distance. Don't pull up right next door to your neighbor when there's all that room. If you're doing BLM land or Park Service land or something, give them some space. You would want it. Don't crowd their space. Number 12, park your RV in a direction that makes the most weather and sun location sense. For example, if hot and sunny weather is predicted and your RV has a lot of windows on one side, park so the window side is on the shady side of the RV. That's a good point.
Why are we doing that?
Well, because direct sunlight generates heat, which means you got to somehow condition your environment you may have to turn on your AC, which means running your generator, which means consuming your diesel or gas. If you think about it and you position yourself, orient yourself so that the window side, some RVs, fifth wheels have a lot of windows on one side, position that side on the shady side of the sun. It makes sense. All right, let's go ahead here. Number 12, park your RV in a direction that makes the most weather sun location. You know, I just read that one.
Yep.
Didn't I just read that one?
You did.
What was the one right before that?
About parking a
respectable distance. That's right. So number 13, find a place that creates a natural boundary around your RV so you feel more comfortable, safe, and nestled in your space. I would think that would mean trees or rocks on BLM land. Tuck it in, get comfortable, make it more comfortable for yourself. Number 14, don't use heavy battery drain items like the microwave or watch TV when you're running your generator.
When you aren't running your
when you aren't running your generator, it's going to be a drain on your batteries through your inverter. If you try to run microwave, air conditioning, or TV, that's a no-brainer. That's probably one that should be at the top of the list. Our nomadic ideas here. That's Scott. Hey, Scott. Good to see you, man. I just spent a buttload of money to get my podcast off the ground. And probably the one thing you would suggest folks don't do is spend a lot of money to get their podcast off the ground. But I did. I got me some, because I'm an old radio guy, I got me some good microphones, pop filters, shock mounts, some microphone booms, a great a USB mixer. And me and Miss Barbara, she is chomping at the bit to get the podcast started. Right?
Yeah.
You are, right?
Okay, whatever you say. Number 15.
Yeah.
Portable power inverter and charger to charge the small electronic devices using the 12-volt DC socket on the coach dashboard when driving or when the generator is off.
Basically, what that's saying is if you have small items that you can charge off of 5 volts or 12 volts, do not run your generator just to charge those items.
Oh, we wouldn't anyway. Well,
we have. I hate to admit it, but we have. We've done that, and that's horrible because we're running diesel just to charge our cell phones or other items. It even bothers me that we run the TV. We have to turn on the generator to run the TV.
Right.
So I got to get my battery banks updated for the the coach batteries, get those updated, and maybe look at some solar or a Jackery or a Blue Eddy or something like that so that we can have power without having to run our generator, which is a diesel generator and siphons right off the main coach tank. Limit your use of unneeded lights or electrical items when the generator is running. That is number 16. Again, we are covering some of the tips and tricks to boondocking. And I can't find that mouse to save my life. Where's it at? Keep your night shades down during the hottest parts of the day to deflect the sun and help keep your RV cooler. That's a good point. That's a very good point. We have dual shades.
Yes.
We have the light shade, and then we have the blackout shade. So we can pull the light shade down, and we can almost see through it. But of course, we pull the blackout shade down and it blacks it out. So it's saying that when you're in the hottest parts of the day, make sure your blackout shades are pulled to reduce the heat buildup inside your RV. That was number 17. Number 18, when staying in a hot climate, open your windows in the evening and make the most of the cool night air to cool down your RV. That's, again, a no-brainer. That's a great one. Is KT here?
KT showed up where Aaron's at.
Oh, I see.
KT's making his way to courtside.
Headed out to Arizona. Good deal. I think Johnny's Journey is headed to Arizona.
Yeah, a lot of people are.
She pulled her van out of storage. She's been working on other people's vans,
Right.
build outs. And so she finally got hers out, and her and Kelly are going to head out to Arizona. So good deal. Number 19, only use the air conditioner intermittently, not continuously, to keep the coach at a comfortable temperature and to reduce the drain on the generator. Generators get better fuel economy when not powering as many items.
Yep.
Number 20, put a windshield cover on the front of your RV to help protect it and also from the heat, and put tire covers on your wheels to reduce sun damage from ultraviolet light on your tires. Something we haven't done. We haven't put a sun shield on the dash, the front, and we're going to get tire covers. We had tire covers for Matilda 2.
Okay.
We don't have them for this Matilda. So we need to get the tire covers, because that does protect your tires. Number 21, track your generator hours to estimate your boondocking cost and work out a daily average. It will help you weigh the potential cost benefits of adding solar power. Once again, we are looking at 29 boondocking tips from Mark and Julie Bennett of RV Love. They have a wonderful YouTube channel and some great tips and tricks. Let's see where we are right now. We've got about 10 minutes left. We are on number 22. Look up BLM or other public land apps or websites ahead of time to get directions and any other information you need to know about the area, such as fees, where to get permits. That's pretty important. Yeah. I like to, I think that bleeds right into number 23 as well. It says use the satellite view on Google Maps or Google Earth to get a better sense of the terrain before you arrive. That is so important, especially when you're boondocking. Whether it's Boondockers Welcome or Harvest Host. It's one thing to look at the street view on a map. It's something entirely different to look at the satellite version of that same image, so you see where the trees are, where the house is, where the driveway is, where gates are, how congested the area is. Are you in a residential area? Are you out on a farm? We ran into that when we went to Iron Shield Brewing in Lawrenceville, Georgia, which is a suburb north of Atlanta.
Right.
Well, we didn't look at the satellite view and ended up being down on a small suburban highway or road, and we ended up staying in the parking lot of a church adjacent to the brewery until the brewery could get us in.
Yeah,
because they were an active brewery and they were using their docking bay for trucking out product. So we had to sit in the parking lot of a nearby church until closing time when the last truck left. Then we backed into the loading dock, which was our boondocking location. Honestly, now, had I seen that satellite image of that congested area north of Atlanta, a suburb, we probably would not have stayed there. I'm not saying anything bad about Iron Shield Brewery. It was great.
Yeah,
we did stay and it was great. But had I looked at it ahead of time, I may not have gone with the heartache of navigating on those small streets with the big RV and a tow vehicle. So just keep that in mind. Google satellite imagery is your friend. Look at it before you go. Number 24 is a safety precaution. Send your location details with GPS coordinates to a family member or someone so someone knows where you are. That only makes good sense.
Yeah.
Especially when you're boondocking out in BLM or something like that, out in the great outdoors. They don't know where you are. Send them your GPS location. Number 25, pull in your awnings and slides if it gets really windy. Yeah. Again, a no-brainer. We have lost a couple of awnings on the original Bounder Matilda. simply because we didn't bring the awning in, and the freak storm blew up and ripped the awning off and tossed it over the top of the RV. And so before you leave, like if you're going to leave to go somewhere, either make sure your awning is staked down with tie-down straps or just put your awning away, okay? Check for sufficient cellular internet coverage ahead of time using the coverage map for your cell phone provider, or use the coverage app. There's an app for that. Okay, so if you want to know if you're going to have any kind of service where you're going to be boondocking, make sure you check that ahead of time. Keep your trash stored securely inside and don't leave food outside to prevent attracting unwanted natural visitors to your campsite. I made that mistake at the Corps of Engineer campground on Lake Eufaula. I put the trash bag on the back of the Jeep, the rack on the back of the Jeep, strapped it down so the next morning I could take it down to the dumpster, and I left it there at night, and old Coon and his buddies showed up, and they tore those bags to shred. I spent 30 minutes cleaning up trash the next morning just to get it to the dumpster. Be respectful of the environment and your fellow campers and leave no trace when you depart. That is a great tip from RV Love, Mark and Julie Bennett, okay? And finally, take time to sit outside and look up at the clear skies. After all, that's the main reason you are camping out in the middle of nowhere, to truly become one with nature. Really, I mean, when you go boondocking, isn't that the whole point, is to relax and enjoy and absorb nature around you? So if you're working too hard at it and it becomes 24 or 23 and a half hours of your day, you're doing something wrong. Anyway, we want to thank Julie and Mark Bennett from RV Love for those 29 tips. I want to thank everybody online for their tips as well. Boondocking with Boomer is here.
Yep.
Great to see you. Again, we want to invite you, if you'd like to become a member of RV Underway. You now have a join button that you didn't have before, a blue join button below, and you can enjoy membership at the deckhand level all the way up to, we got to deckhand, first mate, navigator, and plank owner. So those are your choices of membership, each one offering different levels and perks. Levels of benefits and perks. But we already have our first members only video out. So at the tier 2, the deckhand level, you'll be able to check out those. But each level has some great options for you as well.
First mate.
First mate is number 2.
Yeah.
First mate is number 2. But you can check that out. Clicking the join button doesn't mean you become a member. It just means you'll go to the page that explains membership. But remember, we're not impelling you to become a member, because all of our videos and all of our live streams, as normal, will continue for you, for being great fans of RV Underway. And we certainly appreciate it. We appreciate you, and thank you so much. But if you'd like to go a step beyond, become a member, you now have that option, as many do. We're in Texas, Mel and Nettie.
Yeah.
They are in Texas, but their videos say they are somewhere else. Okay. Isn't that the way it is?
Yeah.
You get so behind on your editing that you're already, 4 or 5 different destinations away from where you're putting your video out. It's just the way it is. But go check out their channel, Mel and Nettie Living Free Zip Codeless. They have some great videos.
Yep. And
Lucky Dog Productions moderator Sue has dropped the link to RV Love. We'd like to thank them, Mark and Julie Bennett. We went ahead and used their 29 tips for boondocking for today's show. We're 3 minutes away from closing things down here. Johnny's Journey says, cool kids. And she has the icon of, does he have scrambled eggs on his brim there?
Yeah, that's the officer.
That's an officer right there. Probably a Mustang.
Could be.
Did you ever have a Mustang you liked?
Yes.
Did you really?
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest here. I had a Mustang. He was a first class on the aircraft carrier I was on, the USS Midway, and he went LDO.
Yeah.
He made it, and they put him right back on the midway.
Well,
it was ridiculous because this was the wheel, the first class that we all joked and palled around with, and all of a sudden he was in a bad position. We were in a bad position. That was their fault. Navy should have never sent him back to the midway. But he was the only Mustang I really ever worked with. And I didn't care much for him. He was a great first class.
Well, there was a lot of Mustangs.
But as a Mustang.
There's a lot of Mustangs I didn't care for. And that's the person, limited duty officer. Now, warrants, they were good people.
Yeah.
I loved the warrants.
Never had a bad warrant officer. They were always in limbo right in the middle.
But I've had
warrant officers kind of hung around in the middle.
I've worked with some very good LDOs, some very good Mustangs.
Okay, cool.
Can't talk bad about Mustangs. Our host is a Mustang.
I know, but I'm being honest. He would be brutally honest too. Jose was a Mustang as well, retiring as an officer from the U.S. Navy. But we want to thank our host, Jose and Susan Rodriguez at Casa Rodriguez, and we learned of them through Boondockers Welcome, a part of Harvest Host now.
Other way around. We learned
Boondockers Welcome is part of Harvest Host now, which is what I said.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, and they're in Live Oak, Florida, and we want to thank them so much for their hospitality. We've enjoyed our stay. We've enjoyed getting to know them, and we look forward to doing it again. We want to thank you for being with us today on the live stream. Thank y'all for chiming in on the chat here and tolerating us for the last hour.
Brad reminding, we have non-military people out there, and he reminded it was an enlisted person who makes it through the ranks of officer. And Sue said, thanks, Brad. I thought we were talking about cars at first. So, yeah.
It was a GTO, no an LDO. What? Anyway, thank y'all again, and thank you for your service, Brad, and Jose and Susan. Thank y'all for your service. Everybody else in here, Aaron Jameson, thank you for. I'm going to miss somebody. Thank you for your service. We certainly appreciate it. It's time to get out here. It's 4:00 now. I'm not sure if Nursing Our Travel Bug is coming on, but you can probably expect Box Van D, also Murder Mystery, Haunted History coming up, and also Dream on Wheels, I think, usually has a Sunday live stream. Okay? So until we see you again next Sunday, we'll be down in Tampa.
Yep.
We certainly will. I'm Ricky.
I'm Barbara.
And together we're RV Underway. Until we see you again, fair winds and following seas. Thank y'all.